Hello fellow YouTubers, LEGO AWC Stop Motioner here, and here I'm going to rank all that I have of Studio Series 86 Wave 1 so far. I don't have Blur and Cup yet. I am planning on getting them eventually, but I have the Titans Return ones. I find those to be perfectly acceptable, and these were the ones that I really wanted because I didn't really have any other good enough representations of them. So we'll begin with the number 4 spot, which causes me physical pain to put Hot Rod in. It hurts to have to put him in because this figure has so much going for it, but unfortunately it has a lot of issues. I'm not saying it's a bad figure, but it's just got a lot of issues, which is really annoying. Like the car mode, it's hard to get things lined up just right and just get everything to connect together. Plus it's got these weird joints that kind of mess up the color. I mean, overall it looks good, but it's just got issues. So for robot mode, and the transformation is unfortunately really scary due to how cheap the legs feel. Like I said, he looks good. If you're looking for a display piece, the only problems you're going to have might be the miscolored joints and maybe this part's a little bit too big. Those parts don't really bother me. The main thing I'm upset about is just how cheap he feels. Throughout the year I have a list of favorite figures and disappointing figures. Well, this guy really deserves to be start his own list of figures I am just so torn on. Like I said, I hate putting him in 4th place, but the main reason is just because he just feels like he could break while transforming him. If it weren't for that, this guy would go in 2nd place, because like I said, he looks absolutely amazing. Like, aside from the miscolored joints, it basically looks like he stepped right out of the screen. But yeah, 4th place has to go to Hot Rod, as much as it hurts. And we come to the other Voyager, Scourge, in 3rd place. Now this figure is actually really good. He is a shell former that is actually fairly impressive. He's got a really big ship mode here, whatever you call this thing, and I really like it. It's just so much bigger than I expected it to be. And if you want, you can recreate where he has his face showing, but I always thought that was really stupid, so I leave it like this. And yeah, I mean, he looks pretty nice. So for the robot mode, and robot mode is really good. Transformation is not too bad. Given that he's a shell former, it's actually a fairly enjoyable transformation, which is interesting because usually shell formers are just suffering to transform. And his backpack actually isn't that bad considering how much bigger he gets in vehicle mode. And he balances well and everything, and I just really like him. Just one quality issue. There's this part is stressing a little bit, which is annoying, but what can you do? Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have a lot of shortage in articulation. He's got pretty much everything you'd want. And he's got a good gun with a blast effect. And he's just overall a really good figure. So yeah, 3rd place goes to Scourge. 2nd place has to go to Jazz. This is the update for Jazz I have impatiently been waiting for. Jazz has been one of my favorite characters for as long as I've been a Transformers fan, and I was just getting so annoyed that we were getting all these G1 updates and they were just leaving out poor Jazz. And then finally in the Studio Series 86 line, it was revealed we were getting a new Jazz, and you can bet I was really excited. Was the hype worth it? I'd say so. The 14, that bugs me a little bit. It's not a huge detractor. And the feet don't even look as bad as I thought they would. Yeah, he's a really nice vehicle mode here. I really like the looks of it. So for robot mode, and his robot mode is again, really great. The transformation, it's not too bad. It's pretty good. Nothing really revolutionary necessarily, but it's still pretty impressive. Really, just biggest complaint, this doesn't tab in very well. Otherwise, though, he's not really too lacking in the detail department. I mean, he's got a nice blue visor. He doesn't have door wings. I still think that would have been kind of a nice optional thing for people who wanted toy accuracy. Not that it matters too much for me. I want cartoon accuracy. Yeah, not really too much to complain about with him. Appearance-wise and articulation is really good. Maybe, aside from wrists that can maybe turn like this, it's really good articulation. He's got pretty much everything that you'd want. And like I said, I was very impatiently waiting for a new Jazz, and now I have him. And I love this figure. He is really good. But number one, of course, would have to go to Grimlock. I was not completely won over by this figure. In the promotional images, I thought his tail looked a little bit clunky, just his Dino mode in general. And I was expecting he was going to be a $50 Voyager size figure. But this guy is huge. I was also upset by the fact that it's like we're getting Grimlock again and may not be getting the other Dinobots. Well, it looks like we are. We already got images of Slag. We'll probably get Swoop and Sludge, and I really hope they don't. I really hope they do Snarl. Don't skip out on just because he was hardly in the movie. Still make him okay. Comes with a little wheelie, a non-transformable figure with, that's not really posable at all, so yeah. Sure, he doesn't have his front teeth, but that's about it. So for robot mode, he transforms exactly how I think Grimlock should, and his robot mode is amazing. It's basically just a recreation of the original animation model. I don't know why so many people don't like this figure. I think I've seen people say it's hollow. Just filled in there. There's not really a whole lot of hollow spots, unless you count there. Really, he doesn't really have a whole lot of hollowness going on. Really, he doesn't come with a sword. I'm trying to remember if he ever even used a sword in the original series, though. I think it might just be his original toy came with one. The head sculpt looks exactly how I'd want it to. Really, visually, the only thing that kind of bugs me is this part right here is tinted, or whatever. The Autobot symbol is a little hard to make out in certain lightings. I don't know why they did that, but I mean, this figure really, really amazed me, and he's going to look awesome with the other Dinobots when they come out. And like I said, he's huge. He is, yeah, the $50 honestly is more worth it than I expected it to be. I really, really love this figure. He's like second place on my list of favorite figures of this year. Cyclonus is still number one, but this guy is second. Like I said, with how good this guy is, this just gives me hope. The other Dinobots will hopefully be just as good, maybe better, or whatever. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, Grimlock is definitely king of Wave 1. So that's all I have of Studio Series 86 Wave 1. Like I said, I plan to get Blur and Cup eventually, but this is what I'm getting for now. And I like these figures. Yes, Hot Rod. I mean, I like him because he looks really good. But just quality isn't that great. Scourge looks great. Is just really great figure all the way around. So is Jazz, and Grimlock is just awesome. If you can only get one, Grimlock. Can get two, Grimlock and Jazz, and then get three, get those two, and Scourge. Hot Rod, I say wait for clearance, unfortunately. Ugh, I just hate saying that. I absolutely hate it. It's just such a weird case for me. So, that's my ranking video for Studio Series 86 Wave 1, out of all the figures I have so far anyway. If you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and God bless.